Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the next Governor of Massachusetts, Charlie Baker.
Would you please give your attention to the Robert Frost Middle School cheerleaders led by Susan Collins. Thank you. Please welcome Lawrence High School ROTC Color Guard led by Sergeant Major Paul Ronan to post colors.
Color first. March. Colors, hope. Present, arms.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order, arms.
About, face, forward, march.
Thank you, everyone. Please be seated. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ellen Baranowski. I'm the principal of the Robert Frost Middle School. I am proud to be asked today to welcome our honored guests, Governor-elect Charlie Baker and Mrs. Baker, Lieutenant Governor-elect Karen Polito, the Commissioner of Education Mitchell Chester, Lawrence Mayor Daniel Rivera, incoming Secretary of Education Jim Pizer, the Lawrence School Committee and City Councilors, and other distinguished guests. On behalf of the Robert Frost Educational Complex and all of the students and staff and parents of the Lawrence Public Schools, we are pleased to invite you to share in the story of our success. The DESE named the Frost Middle School Level 1 in 2012. We retained, thank you. distinction in 2013 and 2014, 3 years of level 1 status. That designation has become a great source of pride to our students, staff, and parents. Hard work, high expectations, rigorous standards, a strong elementary foundation coupled with parents who make education a top priority have helped us achieve level 1, this level 1 hat trick. But we are not alone. Lawrence has tripled the number of level 1 schools since 2012. And today, in addition to our Frost students, you will see artwork and performances from some of our other level 1 schools whom we have asked to come and celebrate with us. Working in a gateway city has its own set of unique challenges and rewards. We are often asked how we do it, and my reply is always the same. A dedicated staff, committed parents, great students, that gets the job done. Add to that a superintendent who has given our staff the autonomy to make decisions that are good for kids. Decisions around rigorous standards, high quality enrichment, engaging lessons that promote critical thinking, and a focus on standards. Mixed together, it's a recipe for success. The Robert Frost Middle School has realized a lot of growth and has celebrated a lot of great days together. Today, our school reaches another milestone, a day when we join in partnership to welcome the new governor of the state of Massachusetts, Charlie Baker. To invite Barbara Batista and Laura Tejada, 2 of our 8th graders, to read to you a poem entitled "We Are the Frost."
We are from a sea of white and navy blue, united by uniform, united in heart.
We are from the endless rows of thin blue lockers that can never hold enough of our things, and the blue rubber floors that squeak when it rains. We are from blinding fluorescent lights and dreadful tiring stairs. We are from 6:30 p.m. math and science nights and early Saturday morning games. We are from worn-out American flags in each classroom and the massive Massachusetts flag outside waving proudly.
We are from suburban homes surrounded by tremendous trees and falling leaves. We are from the cemented poem blocks that stand strong despite its rust and cracks. We are from the cracked bell that doesn't ring and birds that always sing.
We are from being so close to our teachers that we call them Mama Nesbitt, D. Rock, and Sir Girton. We are from laughs and memories shared by all, like Mr. Dabrocky's giant Yoda doll, or the day we went to MIT to participate in Spark for Change.
We are from memories of smiley fries, the fun holiday cookies, the tater tots, and the flavored milk that tell a story on the side.
We are from constantly hearing, once a Frosty, always a Frosty, but it never loses its meaning. We are from green wristbands that say, when Frosties reach high, Falcons fly. And the green banners that boldly state, you are now entering a level 1 school.
We are from hard work, determination, responsibility, and dedication. We are a proud family, but we are humble too. We thank you for being our home through all the years. We come from the Frost, and that will never be lost.
Thank you, girls. Please welcome the Gilmet Elementary School Chorus led by Irene Itachiria and Ryan Solero.
Do you want to build a snowman? Come on, let's go and play. I never see you anymore. Come out the door, it's like you've gone away. We used build a snowman? Do you wanna build a snowman?
Are you ready? Are you ready? One, two, ready, go!
Commissioner of Education, Mitchell Chester.
So I have the misfortune of following those tremendous singers. Give them another round of applause. You guys are phenomenal. What a great day, and I want to thank Principal Baranowski. I want to acknowledge Mayor Rivera, who's here. You'll hear from him in a minute. Receiver Riley, I want to thank you all for hosting us today. And most of all, I'd like to extend my greetings and my congratulations to Governor Charlie Baker. Welcome, Governor. The fact, folks in this room should understand the impact of what you've done. The fact that our governor is here on the eve of his inauguration is a testament to our incoming governor's commitment to expanding on innovative ideas and on what works for the children and the families of the Commonwealth. I'm also pleased to recognize Lieutenant Governor Karen Polito and Education Secretary Jim Pizer as well. The 1993 Reform Act is the foundation of the Commonwealth's educational success over the past 2 decades and continues to be the foundation. Both Governor Baker and Secretary Pizer were active architects of the reforms and provided oversight of their implementation. As a result of the Massachusetts reforms, we are second to none among the states in terms of student academic achievement, and we're competitive internationally. But despite our success, there's much work to be done. There are gaps that need to be closed. Gaps based on student background, whether that's race, ethnicity, family economic circumstances, language background, as well as gaps between what it takes to secure a high school diploma and what it takes to succeed after high school. The 2010 Achievement Gap Act built on the 1993 reforms and provides new opportunities as well as responsibilities to be bold and decisive. Using the tools of the Act and with the courage to lead, places like Lawrence are demonstrating that poverty is not destiny and that we can do better by students who historically have been underserved. Lawrence is breaking new ground through new approaches to governance, to student and teacher time, to work rules, to approaches to compensation, and to the relationship between a central office and its schools. Likewise, Lawrence is testing more permeable boundaries among charter schools, school turnaround efforts, and district portfolio approaches. In short, Lawrence is demonstrating that business as usual is neither defensible nor acceptable where student achievement is low. Lawrence validates the potential of the 2010 Act tools, the tools that it provides, particularly when the state works with the community, with its schools, with the charter schools, and with the unions. Because of the work being done in Lawrence, it's no longer possible for low-performing Massachusetts districts to defend business as usual. I applaud the many heroes of the Lawrence work, some of whom are in the room today. These heroes include the city's educators. And students, I'd like you to join with me, and I'd ask all of the teachers and administrators in the room to please stand and please acknowledge their excellent work. Teachers and administrators. The heroes of the Lawrence work include Frank McLaughlin, sitting below me as president of the Lawrence Teachers Union. Frank, stand up, stand up. Jeff Riley, who I think is in the room, and I think you'll hear from in a minute, the very talented district receiver, and Lawrence elected officials, including Mayor Rivera. It has taken great courage as well as savvy for each of these folks, the teachers, the administrators, the elected officials, to take on the challenging work of turnaround. While this is hard work, it's the right work. It's work worth doing. I applaud all of you for being willing to leave behind the comfort of the familiar in your pursuit of a better future for the youth of Lawrence, for the city of Lawrence, and for the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. As proud as I am of the Lawrence results to date, I know that there is much work yet to be done. At the state level, we are committed to refining our approach to turnaround and expanding our reach. There is a growing portfolio of schools and districts, including in Boston, Holyoke, New Bedford, Springfield, Salem, in which we are applying the lessons learned in Lawrence and customizing the local context. Governor Baker, I look forward to your leadership as we explore ways to build on and learn from our school and district turnaround effort. Your work to building on what is working and growing innovative solutions while rejecting a status quo that robs students of a brighter future bodes well for the next era of Massachusetts education reform. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Please welcome the Path of Middle School performing Romeo and Juliet, led by Julia Prolowski.
Households, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona where we lay our scene, from ancient grudge to new mutiny, where civil blood makes civil hands unclean. From forth the fatal loins of these two foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers take their life.
Do you bite your thumb, sir?
I do bite my thumb, sir.
Do you bite your thumb at us, sir?
I do not bite my thumb at you, sir, but I bite my thumb, sir.
Do you quarrel, sir?
Quarrel, sir? No, sir.
If you do, sir, I am for you. I serve a good man as you.
No better.
Yes, better.
Launch!
Draw, you be mad.
But soft. What light here on the window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon. Oh, she is my lady. Oh, she is my love. Oh, that she knew she were. I me. She speaks. Oh, speak again, bright angel.
O Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? Deny thy father and refuse thy name. Or thou wilt not be but sworn, my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet.
Shall I hear more, or shall I speak at this?
Vile, dishonorable submission.
Wretched boy!
Back!
Eyes look your last, arms seek your last embrace, and lips, O you the doors of breath, seal with a righteous kiss. Here's to my love. Thy drugs are quick. A glooming peace by this morn. Go hence, talk about these sad things. For never was a story of more woe than this, of Juliet and her Romeo.
Now, Lucy, go, Lucy. Not yet, Lucy. Let's go.
Thank you very much, guys. I am pleased to introduce Lawrence Mayor Daniel Rivera.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. That is the prosperity I know. It's my pleasure and my honor to welcome Governor-elect Baker, Governor and Polito. I always mess it up, sorry. But before that, we talk a lot about all the great things that are happening here. There's so many people involved, and I'd be remiss to not begin by introducing my partners in government. Our City Councilor, Mark LaPlante, is here with us. There are other city councilors that are supposed to be here. Can't see them all today, but I'm sure that they're here in spirit if they're not. The school committee members that are working very hard to gain the responsibility and the respect of everyone in the community and across the state. Committeewoman Ortiz up front, Myra. Committeeman Rodriguez is with us today, Giovanni. And former principal and also committeewoman Pat Mariano is with us. I do bring greetings from the state delegation. They are currently being sworn in by the governor, the outgoing governor, and they bring their greetings, or they would be here with us today. I would be remiss not. I know the commissioner spoke about the union president, but I have to also say my former teacher and our union president, Frank McLaughlin. And you know, we have so many challenges around the Commonwealth and specifically in Lawrence. And so I was in the transition team, thanks to the governor. I messed it up every time. Thank you guys for putting me on that committee. That will probably not be the last time. You can clap, it's okay. But I worked with the incoming Secretary of Education, and I think that the Secretariat's in good hands, given the transition work that we did. You have a lot of people talking, so incoming Secretary Pizer, thank you so much for being here with us today. And thank you, Commissioner Chester, for all those kind words. This is a lot about the Lawrence success stories that we have. And you know, when you're a kid from the Lawrence Public School System, as I am, and you're a kid from Lawrence, when you do good things, people think that you are the anomaly. And that is just not the case, as we saw here today. But I get an opportunity today, on top of that, not only to thank the governor for being here and putting us on his map of going across the Commonwealth, but to thank him for creating yet another Lawrence success story in the incoming Secretary of Veteran Affairs, who's with us today, a great Marine, Francisco Reina. How about that, guys? It would be a little bit better if he was an Army guy, not a Marine, but we won't get into that. So again, this is this conversation about Lawrence success stories, and when I came to office, there was a lot of conversation about the takeover and that, and the receiver, and one of the things that I quickly went to do, and I want this to be clear to the incoming administration, is I never called Jeff Riley the receiver, because he's not. He has earned his way. I got a soft spot for ball guys, so he's really earned his way into our hearts. So he's our superintendent, Jeff Riley. What a great job. I get a little emotional because I get to say my only educational agenda is to stay out of Jeff Riley's way. And I've been trying to do that. But, you know, the focus on teaching and learning, the focus on enrichment programs, putting as many hands on deck to do as much as we possibly can to fix the problems, that has been the success. That has been the work that all you've done, and you all deserve a round of applause for that. And we hope that that continues in that effort. And so that when they talk about innovation in education, and they talk about the innovation in education that happened in Lawrence, that they don't forget that that happened hand in hand with a collective bargaining agreement. That's very important. Teachers and workers in this community work together with the administration to come up with solutions to these problems. And we're going to continue to do that, and we hope to do that hand in hand with the incoming administration. So, and what you'll find, not only do we have great parents, not only do we have great kids, we have great parents who are superly involved in this. And this school specifically had to endure a tragedy. And man, did they come together. And I think that the way you saw them here today, showing their spirit, is the way they weathered that tragedy, and the way they weathered every single obstacle in their way. These are resilient kids, we're a resilient community, and Governor-elect, we're gonna work hard with you to make it better. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mayor. Please welcome the Weatherby School performing Suzica, led by Laurie Donlin.
When I noticed your kind and your powerful heart,
Weatherby School. At this time, please join me in welcoming Lieutenant Governor Karen Polito.
Well, it is wonderful to be here with everyone today. Thank you so very much for joining us. Someone earlier just said, is this your third stop of the day? And I said, this is certainly the highlight of our day. It truly is. Very special to see all of you, to understand how hard you're working, not only from the parents at home to the teachers every day, but for the students. This is all about you and what you do each and every day. When you get up, you get ready, you come to school, and you give it your all. And it's our job in government to give you our all. And that's what today is all about, working in partnership to build on the success that all of you have achieved, and that we continue the good work that the Lawrence school system is achieving. Thanks to Jeff and your leadership, thanks to your mayor, and to all of you. And with that, I just want to say thank you for being an inspiration to me and to Charlie Baker. As we today live sort of the last day of our civilian life, and we step into a new life tomorrow as your governor and lieutenant governor. And we come here today to say thank you, but also to say to you that we will roll up our sleeves and we will work very, very hard for you. And as we come here on the eve of our inaugural, may I just say that this is the first of many more visits to Lawrence, and may you also enjoy this journey ahead in partnership with the new governor and with myself as we begin together. And with that, I just want to introduce my friend and soon to be your next governor, Charlie Baker.
You don't mind if I move this up a little, do you? So you guys have been sitting now for an hour. How many of you would like to stand up? Go for it! Okay, that's enough. So, I tried to think of what I could say to a room full of kids and their teachers and their fans and their supporters that might mean something to them. So let me try this. I'm 58 years old. I graduated from elementary school 46 years ago. Yeah, I know. So that was a very long time ago. But let me tell you something. Mrs. Mackey, Mrs. Maravellis, Mrs. Manahan, Miss Hicks, Mrs. Warren, Miss Kent, and our superintendent, Miss Perry. I remember the names and the principal of every teacher I had when I was in elementary school. They made an enormous impression on me. I could say the same thing, could walk you through every teacher I had when I was in middle school and every teacher I had when I was in high school. You folks are part of something that it may seem kind of funny for me to say to you today, but you'll carry it with you for the rest of your lives. And that's what makes it so precious and so important to all of us. This is where it starts, boys and girls. This is where you lay the foundation for your future. And that's what makes it so fundamentally important to all of us. Now, the reason we're here today is because one of the things Karen and I discovered as we campaigned around the Commonwealth is there are great things going on in every community from one end of this great state to the other. And sometimes, in the midst of what's not quite going the way people would hope it would go, we spend most of our time talking about what's not working and we forget about what is. I remember in 2010, I went to Brockton High School, which is a pretty good high school in a city that's had many of the same issues and problems that Lawrence and some other cities have had over the course of the past decade or so. And I met with a group of students at the end of my visit after I talked to teachers and administrators and everybody else. We were in the library, and they literally went down the line and they told me a whole bunch of things about their school. And I finally said to them, I might get elected governor. Didn't happen then. Second time's the charm. Don't forget that. When you get knocked down, get back up. You never know what might happen next. But as I went across the room, I said to the kids, tell me one thing you want me to know when I leave here today. And the kids told me a whole bunch of things. And then we got to the last child. It was a girl, she was a junior. And she looked at me and she said, you know, Brockton is the city of champions. That's what they call us. But you never know it from what you see on TV every night or what you read in the papers. But let me tell you something. This school is full of champions. Our teachers are champions. Our administrators are champions. And we are champions. That's the one thing I want you to take away. The most important... What you folks are doing here collectively, together, makes you champions. And I don't ever want anybody to tell you otherwise. Do you hear me? Yes. Do you hear me? Yes. Much better. By the way, who played Maisie? All right, stand up, Maisie. Our daughter, Caroline, played Maisie as well. So I want to make sure I get a picture with you before I leave so I can send it to her, okay? And to all of the kids today, from the cheerleaders to that poor guy or girl sitting in that suit, God bless you. To the unbelievable singers. That was Frozen, right? How many of you knew all the words to that song before you were singing it? You bet. To the drummers, how many of you have seen Drumline? How many of you saw Pitch Perfect? Anna Kendrick, Nick Cannon, and the Drumline folks, they got nothing on you. But let me just close by saying we want to be an administration that focuses on what works. Because we should all want to do more of what works. And the reason we're here today is because what you are doing here, what Superintendent Riley, Mayor Rivera, school committee members, teachers, what you are doing here, kids and parents, what you are doing here works. We should celebrate what works. We should learn from it, and we should work to do more with it. Because in the end, this is about you and it's about your future, so that when you're 58 years old, somebody asks you who your teachers were when you were a kid, I want you to be able to stand up and recite their names because of the influence and the impact they had on you, the same way my education, my teachers had on me. Thank you very much.
He's very tall. Good afternoon. My name is Jeff Riley. I'm the superintendent. I will be very brief. It's true that the Lawrence Public Schools have made significant MCAS score gains. We've tripled the number of level 1 schools, so now we have as many level 1s as Newton and Belmont. But the reality is we have so much more work to do and so much more ground to make up. But the thing is, as I look around the room, I know we can do it. I see amazing teachers and amazing kids and a community that cares deeply about the educational process. So give yourselves a round of applause. Test scores are an important thing. Nobody believes in test scores more than I do. But I would also argue that high quality arts and enrichment academics are important to kids' lives too. And the reality is, today you saw our artists, our poets, our singers, and our dancers. And those opportunities are being done in a longer school day. We want our kids to have the same opportunity as your average suburban kid. And those enrichment activities that suburban kids often take for granted, our kids don't always have access to. So we've given our kids that access, because we believe when we can put together a great academic program and a great enrichment program, that our kids can do as well or better than anyone in this country. There are so many people to thank, but I want to say that at the end of the day, a small group of people in Lawrence came together. The teachers, led by Frank McLaughlin, the administration, the parents, and the kids, and said, we can do better. And that's what today is about. Thank you so much. We have one last performance for you, our closing. Spark Academy Steppers performing Salute to Governor Baker, led by Sherman Cowan.
In the
present Governor Baker and Lieutenant Governor Polito with a gift from the Frost School to thank you for including us and the Lawrence Public Schools in your Spotlight on Excellence inauguration message to the state. Governor Baker? One of these is an extra long and one's a medium. If I get it wrong, you'll just switch the mic.